Welcome to the Inside Integration Podcast. It's Christmas and the eggnog is flowing. And
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas, everybody. There we go.
Whoa.
Let's go.
Crap. You
Let's
brought
go.
props. You one-upper. Oh, my God. Anybody
I-
that is on the video portion of this podcast, please do a screen grab, do a keyframe, and take a look at, what do we call this guy over here? Barlow Claus.
There you go.
He's going to bring you some cynical comments.
I'm bringing coal.
It's nothing but coal.
It's nothing
It's
but
actually a
coal.
troll car.
Oops. All coal.
No presents. It's just a coal train, just throwing coal out. And yeah. So nobody's listening to this today. We hope everybody's having a good holiday.
Absolutely.
But we decided to keep the dream alive, keep the algorithm going, keep the streak going. Chris has been on every one of these episodes. I have been on every one except maybe 2 or 3. I'm not exactly sure what the count is, but we wanted to keep the beat going. And again, thanks for joining us. This is a non-agendized episode where we kick it back and forth. We talk about kind of some upcoming changes. I think maybe a change in the direction of the show. And really, this is just us talking shop behind the scenes and kind of see where the afternoon takes us or the morning takes us. It's not afternoon just yet.
Yeah, it's still early, and this is essentially what I'm doing to prevent going home and wrapping presents and just I have to work today. Sorry, I don't know. That's
You didn't bring them all to the office?
I got a full board of meetings. No, we like to live dangerously. All our crap is in a garbage bag in our closet, and that's really where we are. So all that coal for my kids. Yeah.
Oh man, they didn't notice all the black dust getting like just blown around every time you open the closet.
I mean, they've never seen coal in their lives, so how would they even? Yeah.
I guess they wouldn't put 2 and 2 together there. So is the pilot at that Barlow Claus is delivering obscene this year? Like when you look at it, you're like, how did I actually manage to build a house of boxes inside my house?
It's a solid pile. There's a lot of Amazon smiles on there, as people are wont to do.
Yep.
I have 2 very, very spoiled kids, but no, we struck a good balance this year. There was a couple big ones that the kids wanted, and thankfully one of them is like 4 years old, so big is some Hot Wheel track. And
you're still in the sweet spot for the holidays, right? Like,
absolutely.
It could be a challenging time of year, and we're not going to drag the show down talking about that. But I don't know, as far as the Hall of Fame years for what the Christmas experience is for you, this is it, bro. So go ahead and lock all those in as much as you can, because there'll be times where it's like, it's 2:00 and we haven't opened presents yet. It's time to get the hell out of bed.
Right.
They're coming. They're on the horizon.
No, my children will both be up. My 4.5-year-old, he'll be up probably at like 2:00 in the morning.
All night. He's not sleeping.
Yeah. Well, yeah, we're going to try and tire him out. We're going to literally probably put him on a treadmill and just, cattle prod him until he just drops, and then we'll put him to bed. And that's how we'll deal with this. But he'll wake up at 2:00 in the morning. He'll come in, probably wake up his brother. And that's where our Christmas will start. And essentially, that's what it's all about, I guess. Right.
Yeah, it's about sharing it with family, regardless of where you stand with your faith or any of that stuff. This is a time of year where it's great to get together if you have folks to get together with, but it's also a good time to look ahead, look back at kind of where you've been for the year, whether or not things actually change on January 1st or not in your mind or in reality, or it's just some construct. It's always, I think, a healthy cycle. As we're creatures of habit, and I think we used to migrate or something at some point in our lives. It feels like as good a time as any to pick some new shots and to plan out kind of where you're headed in the next 12 months based on that cycle. So
it's a good week. Into that. This is a good week to do that. It's light. Nobody wants to talk to you. All the dealers are, everybody's
wants
busy
to talk to me most
or
of
off.
the time. You already know that. You barely want to talk to me.
That's why we do this every week, because I couldn't imagine what you would become without regular human contact. So
I agree.
We keep that we keep this cadence going, and it
I
keeps you
need
under
it for
control.
sure.
Right.
You're right. It does regulate the demons. It depends on which one's going to show up for the episode. But
Yeah. Yeah.
today I'm in my office, so I feel good about it.
Yeah. It's, again, great time to kind of, look back. And I mean, we've done a lot of episodes of this, and we've got a lot of ideas on how it could be better. And, we'd love for more people to check it out and that kind of thing. So we're going to be doing a little bit more promotion this year, and maybe changing the format up a little bit, and trying some new things and that kind of thing. And, obviously with new ownership, there's definitely going to be a little finessing, and we'll kind of see how that goes. Maybe this thing spins off and becomes independent. Maybe, who knows, right? Like that's what we got to figure out in the next couple weeks.
So if do we have to take the omerta if we're going to call this our thing? Like,
I mean,
and like, I mean, if I burn, what like we all burn. Like, is that how we're doing it here? Like, how does that work? I'm excited if that's the direction that we're going. I mean, I'm not of any Italian heritage, so I'm going to be like I'm gonna be like the Robert De Niro, and I'll be Jimmy, and we can be you can be the maid guy, because I'm definitely not Italian at all.
Yeah, and then to be the Pesci character to the De Niro character in just about every movie means that I'm going to die in a horrible way. That's really how that goes. You could be the Sam Ace Rothstein. I'm going to be the guy who gets shot in the eye.
I was gonna say, do you have a brother? Because like that's like, as long as it doesn't end like Casino does, you'll be fine. But
right,
at least in Goodfellas they were they were kind. Relatively speaking.
Okay, sure.
Yeah, all they did was shoot the guy in the head.
Right. Oh,
it was
yeah.
fast. You know what I'm saying? Like, it wasn't like, oh, let's watch it. Let's watch your horrible ending to the person you love the most in your life before it's your time. There's your send off.
I could just absolutely see the movie in my head of like, me walking into a meeting at Lightapalooza, and it's like, hey, how's it going? You mother! And that's it. And it just
game over.
Go dark at a lighting show. There's something poetic in that,
Well, just don't respond to any exclusive VIP invitations from your friends. That nobody else will be there except for your friends.
That's true.
Be okay.
That's true. I loaded myself up with classes just to make sure that I avoid having that happen. Right? Where's Chris? He's in a class. Okay, we can't
with
get
the
him
promise
on his own.
of a promotion, right? Yeah.
Yeah, sure. Something like that.
Hey, just come in this dark room. We're going to do this light event to really set off your promotion with style.
Hey, you got 5 minutes? We want to go celebrate. Oh, okay.
Exactly. Look out. So we're off of the tangent highway and our Goodfellas reference for the day. So
nobody is listening. It's okay. There's nobody listening to this. It's Christmas Day.
If you're playing along, it's Christmas Day and you're listening to this, I'm sorry, but that was your cue to drink. So go find some eggnog.
Right.
Grab a rye, or if you're not a drinker, have another cup of coffee, have some OJ, grab a glass of water. And we referenced Goodfellas, so there's a new component to the inside integration drinking game.
Right, absolutely, and we're here. We're going to try some new stuff. One of the new things that we are truly going to try and stand up, that has just kind of been the focus of my attention lately, and it seems like it will be for the rest of my life until March, is this workshop event that we're trying to stand up. And again, we're looking for ideas. We got some good ones. We got some good high tech, hands on, technician focused things. We're trying to, if you missed the last episode, and I mean, hey, unless you're Anthony Chang, you probably haven't listened to every one of these.
Oh man!
But shout out to Anthony, drink again.
Shout out to Anthony, drink again. Yeah, see, you're part of the game now, Anthony.
There you go, buddy. You wanted to be on. But you're certainly not dead to us. You live on in references, but yeah, essentially, we are really trying to make this technician focused. We want to get some investment in the technicians of this industry out there, right? Make this a little bit different than a typical like sales and demos and that kind of thing. And the event that we did last year with Sony was great. They had some great demos. They had some great great stuff, the side by side stuff, and the the TV with the with the screen removed so you could see the backlight and see where all the individual pixels were, that kind of stuff. Those were all great demos. This year we want to run it back a little bit and really try and get more hands-on stuff. And I mean, we're not talking about stuff like, how to install and ceiling speakers. I think that's a pretty pretty good baseline that everybody knows how to do, but just how to squeeze a little bit more out of things. And we're talking to Sony, we're talking to Sonance, we're trying to get some good stuff out there that's real practical knowledge that's just beyond going over the sales sheet and that kind of thing. And it's exciting.
No PowerPoint.
Yeah,
Right.
I mean, this is kind of been something that I've been screaming about for for a long time. So
Should I
everybody,
send my text to another sales presentation that they'll all go, "Hey, thanks for the day off. I appreciate that. I
right?
love the free lunch and the fact that I didn't have to be crawling in an attic or doing a rough in, but that investment costs you however many X dollars, and you're not seeing an ROI, so you're less likely to send your techs out again when that opportunity arises." So
Yep.
I think this is a cool niche that we're trying to fill. I was already trying to actually, in my mind, while you're just talking about that, I was like, how do we do like a mock-up for drywall to show like the cold mud in for a
I
invisible
mean,
speaker
we
or
screw a piece of drywall onto a frame that we build, and that's how we do it. That's really what we're coming up against. And one of the things I'm working on with some of these guys is like, hey, what could we do hands on if we had if we had resources, if we had whatever, and even if that means I'm flying out there a week early to build something in a warehouse, like great, then that sounds
I mean,
amazing.
we've got demos and we've got pieces like that, but to actually see and to hear from, and this is just spitballing, but to actually see and hear from somebody like Brian McCullough or one of the guys at Sonance, like, hey, here's how you do this, and here's why, and here's how you manage the trades around it. And they're going to say that they want to do it this way, and they're not trying to change the world for you. Here's how to overcome some of those objections, or
Yep.
just to, train the builder partners and the people that you're working for on what the expectations are, what the specificity is on products like
Yep.
invisible speakers, for example.
And a big part of this, again, with our besties over at Lucetta, they have a whole thing set up. We've been talking about what we're gonna do, stuff like cutting tape lights and that kind of thing, but a little bit more so where, hey, we want to do linear in projects, but one of the things that's we're not quite sure of is like, okay, so where do I put all these power supplies? How do we run this? How do we power this whole thing up? Where can I cut? What do I do? What's the best practice? And again, a lot of folks, man, getting into linear lighting for the first time, like, yeah, these are all mysteries. So
Give me the, I don't know what, it's Christmas time, so I'm thinking about the presents I got as a kid, but give me like the snap fit model kit for a lighting project, right? Like, so there's a very Gen X reference for anybody out there, but if you're
yep,
not sure what a snap fit is, no glue required, right? Like,
yep,
here's the runway to learn about, hey, okay, I've got these little components and this is what I'm going to build at the end. I want to do a down and dirty lighted toe kick, right? Like, this is a retrofit. I've sold my client on this idea, and I can walk into any home and I can deploy this so long as there's electricity, or I have a way that I can maybe do a power bank or something like that to run
yep.
this solution. Tell me how to do that and give me a pitch so I can sell that to my customers. Those are the kinds of points that if you're armed with the how to, you can figure out the why in your own, how to skin the why 25 different ways, I think.
Absolutely. And again, this is the point, right? Technician focused. Let's go. Let's move past just sales focused, and let's show the guys who are actually doing the deed. Let's show some love. So
Right? How long do you think you could get a battery pack like that to run a strip light in your bathroom if you had some like cool little sensor set up? I don't know. I'm going to take the Pepsi challenge on that, or I'm going to put my chocolate in your peanut butter and figure it out.
yeah, and again, just trying to shine some light on some things that might be completely opaque. Like there's so many things you could do with a Sonance digital amp that nobody ever does. You just kind of plug in the speakers and the sources and call it a day. Like, man, you can make it sound amazing with
You know how
just a little bit of time. That's it.
Same thing with the Sonos subwoofer or Sonance subwoofer. Jeez, Sonos subwoofer, wrong
Woof.
brand. That was a misstep.
Yeah,
Go
I mean,
ahead, drink.
we could mention
No,
we could
the
mention a product
Sonance.
that actually works. We don't have to
Yeah,
mention,
exactly. The impact subs are so great.
they
Like
are.
with the DSP, I know a lot of people talk about some other subwoofer brands out there, Paradigm, what have you, with the Arc and some of their software. But do not don't misrepresent or misunderstand the capability of what Sonos has got to offer. They've got
Yep.
some of the biggest brains in the audio business period in the history of the audio business period on their team. So yeah,
Yeah.
I would encourage anybody to give that the Pepsi challenge if you're looking for a cool subwoofer offering and something that delivers well above its price point.
And we're looking to stand this up in Seattle first, but we're also looking to do it in NorCal somewhere. We're also looking to, now that we're aligned with a much larger company, there's other places in the country that we're looking to do this in. And man,
Give us some
it's
ideas.
it's a big lift, but yes, we need we need to know what you guys want. That's the key. So yeah, reach out to us, insideintegration@gmail.com, or inside_integration on Instagram. Leave us a comment or whatever, and
That's
we'll
right.
yeah,
Like and
man.
describe.
That's it. Like and describe. Right. So other than that, yeah, man, what are you what's on your Christmas list for this year? Sorry to put you on the spot.
Oh, what
What
is
are you
on
looking
my
for?
Christmas list for this year? I would like a few less gray hairs, but I'm pretty sure Santa's not
Yeah,
going
it's
to
a one
listen
way.
to me.
Santa's gonna bring
uh,
you. He's gonna bring you a box of Just for Men, and you're gonna be there on
oh
Christmas
man,
morning, and Keith Hernandez and Walt Frazier are gonna be standing there eating popcorn like in the commercial.
it's funny to me that there's an arc in your life as a man. At least I'll just say this, where I thought, when I started to have just like a little bit of salt and pepper, and it was like, oh, silver fox and blah blah blah,
Distinguished.
and people making they're like, oh yeah, and I'm like, yeah, I don't think I could ever see myself dyeing my hair. And then I look at the salt and pepper disaster area that is my beard and face at this point, and I'm like, it would be weird if I dyed my beard now because people
Right.
would be like, what the hell happened? So I feel like I kind of missed my window. That could change.
You just gotta.
Um,
Hey, all you need to do, you just gotta lean into it. I have seen plenty of folks that are. I mean, that is just unnatural, like a Vanta black beard, and like it's just light cannot escape the coloring in this
I don't
person's
want to
beard.
do that, right? Like I feel like I'm gonna look like one of those guys that I see like in a YouTube reel or something where they're getting edged out, where it's like where they're doing like with the tape on their face with the spray. Like
Uh
I
huh.
just
Uh huh.
like there I can actually grow facial hair and back hair and neck hair and all the hairs. Like I'm good. Still got it up here, so I'm happy about that. And I don't know how we got on this topic, but what do I want for Christmas? I tell you,
Just for Men.
I would,
The answer is just for men.
yeah, it doesn't, yeah, I think I'm good on the Just for Men. I mean, I don't think there's, I'd like just some good experiences for 2025, 2023, 2024. Personally, have been some pretty challenging years for me
Sure.
to skip the gory details, but frankly, I could use some bright side a little bit, and I feel like with some of the change that's coming for this year, it's going to be more change, more growth, and I think in terms of all of that, I'd like the testicular fortitude to be able to navigate it all and keep laughing the whole time. So that's what I'm hoping for Christmas. There isn't a gadget specifically that I can think of. Maybe a kick-ass outdoor audio system from Sonance.
There you go.
But I'll have to wait for Santa to bring me that. What about you?
Uh, you know, honestly, like, yeah, pretty much the same thing. Just let's give me a year of stability would be great. You know, just
Just even
stability.
keel?
There's no real thinking about it a lot lately. There's no real like Super Mario Brothers 3 copy that I would be super excited about, like it was 1989 or anything. But there's always toys to buy for cameras and that kind of thing. And the problem that I run
Sure.
into, and I'm
I want you to
sure
buy more camera toys because
this
all you do is play around with them, and I'm liking some of the pictures. like impresses my mom and stuff. It makes her really
It
happy.
is it is definitely gear acquiring syndrome. Gas is what they call it in the biz. And it's really easy to just kind of go on YouTube and see the channels that you subscribe to, and it's like, hey, we've got this new wireless mic that's amazing. So it's a constant struggle to not just buy whiz bang toys that you don't need and that kind of thing, and focus on making good content and stuff like that. But yeah, there's not really a whole lot. And I think I'm kind of in the same boat as a lot of people in the technology biz, right? Where you may have some things in mind, but when you like share that list with your spouse or your significant others or whatever, you're kind of thinking to yourself like, oh boy, I don't, if I get this. So let me give an example, right? Like it'd be really cool to have a drone, but if I was to get a drone as a present, then, take that thing out and fly it and like end up crashing it into something and breaking it forever, I would feel really terrible about it, because now I've taken this wonderful, thoughtful gift and essentially, flown it into the
Destroyed it.
ground at 40 miles an hour. So I'm not going to ask for that, right?
Right.
Same kind of deal with a couple other things. And with technology, it's like, you could ask for this or you could ask for that. And like, you're the technology expert in your family. So the odds are pretty good that you're going to get something that isn't quite what you were looking for, or is way more than you'd expect anybody to ever spend on you and that kind of thing. So I usually just kind of, I take a step back on, on those things, and it's like, nope, just this, get stuff for the kids, and get them to be happy. I mean, I'm fortunate to be at the age where my mentality is much like a 9-year old, which is, my son. So a lot of the things that my son is asking for is great, because I'll be able to play with them too. Right?
Right.
Like, hey, those are really cool Legos. You need dad to help you? Like, let's go. Let's
Well,
build this thing
it
together.
does say 9 and up, right?
That's how it goes, buddy.
there's usually there's no ceiling above that. It's like, "Yeah, this is appropriate for 9 and above." And it's
Right.
like, all
Right.
right, I can be 49
Yeah.
and still put some, turrets on a Lego castle. It'll
And
be
then
cool.
at some point, then maybe, depending on what the kid gets, right? Like, maybe you have your own gift. Like, maybe GTA 5 isn't a present for your 9-year old, but maybe it's a present for you, and it stays in a box, and the kid never knows that after he goes to
Oh,
bed, you're just playing GTA 5 for
you're
hours and
in a
hours.
you're into for a world of adjustment there, pop up, because the fact that you think that because you take a game out of a machine means that they can't play it is hilarious to me.
Hey, dad, what's this? I didn't cover my tracks well enough.
Why does this girl's mouth look like lipstick and there's a tongue sticking out of it as she's looking over sunglasses? What is that game, Daddy? I don't know what
Yeah,
that is,
that's not Madden. That's not Madden. I don't know what this is.
That is
Hey,
not Madden, but that'll be
so
fun for you. I'm looking forward to hearing all of your excitement with the PlayStation Network and all that stuff. And here's my unsolicited plug for anybody that's a parent that's like, what is this gaming situation all about? I've had a controller in my hands since like the ColecoVision, Atari 2600 back in the 80s, late 70s, all that stuff.
drink.
So yeah, exactly. Video games have been a kind of a through line for me for all that time. Never, I would say, overly serious, but kind of always present. The PlayStation bundle subscription service thing, whatever they call that, it's like 129 bucks a year for the most Mac Daddy thing you got. If you bought your kids a PlayStation, or somebody in your life has one and they're not part of this, and they game, what are they doing? Like, honestly, a zillion free games every month, free demos, free packs, free whatever.
Yeah,
My kids are like, this is the best thing ever, Dad. Like, you never have to buy a game ever.
I
And
feel
I'm
like
like,
I feel like
it's amazing.
I just got comfortable with Switch and the Switch ecosystem and the Switch Nintendo Online and all that stuff, and now I'm just blowing all
Oh,
that right out the window. And
you're growing up, Chris. You're going to start talking funny soon. You're going to start getting hair in weird places. I'm proud of you.
yeah,
We need to talk about being a man. It's
it
fine.
shows personal growth, really, instead of this arrested development that I've obviously been a part of for
As I
years
talk
now.
as I talk to a man in a Santa hat, but it's fine.
That's how we do
It's
things
good.
here. Yeah, everybody,
Yeah,
you need a jackass in every situation. So
you gotta have a sense of humor with these things, right?
yep. Yep.
That's what it's all about. But I'm also looking forward to the new year. Looking forward to some changes. Obviously we've had a few products move away from us, a few manufacturers move in different directions, which is fine. But also excited about what the future is for some of our new partnerships that we'll be able to talk about a lot more here in the very near future and promote them and try to build that up and grow that. I think again, the more and more that we see luxury items like this move kind of up that scale and up the price bands and through the network of higher net worth individuals, some of those projects are going to be a lot more and more enticing and exciting and elaborate, and that means opportunity and cool systems at the end of the day. I know we talk a lot about the business side of this, but like forget about the experiential part for the customers. I mean, we should focus a lot more on that, I think,
Just to
as we do.
just to bring kind of everything full circle here, I mean, honestly, as an industry, we play Santa Claus. We deliver amazing things for. I was gonna say good girls and boys, but I don't know if I would. I don't know if I would really classify
Well, I mean, I
that
wouldn't
class,
like
but okay.
good or bad is really a matter of perspective.
Yeah, yeah, we deliver amazing toys for deep pocketed individuals, and it's it's great because we get to play with them too. It's a lot of fun.
That's why I got into this industry. I knew I couldn't afford any of that stuff, but if I sold it to people and set it up for them, I was going to get a good chance to enjoy it, right?
There you go.
It was super fun.
That's what it's about. And yeah, on that note, I think it's a good. I think we've satisfied the man. 28 minutes in, I think we've satisfied our obligation to do this thing weekly, and we are going to do that until at least we got to figure out what we're doing next week because that'll be New Year's Eve and its own little ball of fun. But
Woo!
we're getting
Really, it
there,
will be
man.
New Year's Eve. Yeah, I'll be freshly back from Canada for Christmas. Going to disappear actually to a place where there is no internet for a few days and be
Nice.
off the grid and have to go miles to get a cell phone to work. So that's going to be
That sounds incredibly
my
Canadian.
Christmas.
It sounds very Canadian.
It's going to be a beauty, eh? It'll
Hey,
be fine.
give me 6 to 8 weeks.
That's
All
right.
right. Well, again, I'm Chris. That's Jayson. We didn't introduce ourselves at the beginning, but no one's listening, so it doesn't really matter. And
That's fine.
we are. I'd like to wish everybody a very Merry Christmas and a great holiday season with loved ones, and hope all your Christmas wishes come true.
And I'm right there with you. So, Merry Christmas to you and to all of yours, your friends, your families, your business partners. Time to enjoy the friends and the people that you surround yourself with in your life. And hopefully, you're able to do that this year. So, Merry Christmas, everybody. Thanks for listening. Take care, everybody. Bye bye.